Hi guys, this is Sumie Tachibana. Now, as I mentioned previously, I am not only a fashion designer, but I'm also an instructor. And today, for this video, I would like to answer a question that is one of the most popular questions asked by my new students. And it is, what do I need to do to become a designer? Now, I've seen this question answered on several YouTube videos. However, I feel like the steps that they give you in order to become a designer is too vast and far in between. And what I like to do is focus on the very beginning. What are the three first steps that you need to take to become a designer? I feel like this is the foundation, and once you do these three steps, you're going to continue doing this through your whole career as a fashion designer. It's the foundation, it's the groundwork. So I think it's very important, and it'll also help you determine if this is really what you want to do. Okay, so let's start with the first step. First step is you have to learn how to draw. Now, for those of you who are not naturally talented in the drawing, that's me also, you just have to do it. You have to practice. You don't have to start with, a figure. You can even just use your piece of paper, any paper you have, and just start drawing flat sketches. And what I mean by flat sketches is just, drawing a skirt or drawing a top. But you just keep drawing, and the ideas that you have, or look at magazines, see what you like, and just try to draw those. There's excellent sketches on Google Images, so you could even do that, look at those and practice. And also what's very important is, as you learn how to draw and you get better at it, definitely learn the terminology of what you're drawing. So if you're drawing a skirt, what kind of skirt is it? Is it an A-line skirt? Is it a gathered skirt? Is it a skirt with a peplum? Is it a pencil skirt? As a designer, you need to be able to learn how to present your sketches to clients and to buyers. So you want to make sure that you can explain your sketches and explain what you're drawing. So learn how to draw and be able to describe what you're drawing. That's number one. Number two is learn how to sew. Again, for those of you who have never sewn before, you could start with any sewing machine. You don't have to spend $300-400 for your first one. Your grandma's machine, get it on Craigslist. Just start practicing, learn the basics of sewing. You could look on YouTube videos on learning how to sew. For the most part, just read the instructions. Start with the basic patterns, like a pajama pant. That was the first project that I ever did for myself. So start small and don't even think about whether it's going to fit you. Just learn how to sew first. And then as you have practice, you could learn how to manipulate the patterns, and you could learn how to make it to different sizes. But you just have to practice the sewing. Practice sewing, practice learning how to draw. And the final thing, number three, is research. You have to research. And when I make that vague, I don't say research fashion only, because I feel like as a designer, most designers are going to say they're inspired by the other fashions that's out there and what you can do better with it. That's probably the most common answer. However, find things that inspire you and research that. Research what makes you excited about fashion. Sometimes I listen to music, watching a movie. I listen to the score, and it just takes me to another world, and the music brings the inspiration. Or I go to a fabric store and I'm looking for a certain fabric, but then I come across this beauty in between all these rolls, and that might be the inspiration. Other times, like, a word inspires me, and I want to research the history of that word and figure out where that comes from, and then that inspires a whole collection. So research many different things and make collages, or put them in one notebook, put it in a box. Constantly research, so you're constantly inspired to not only keep sewing but also drawing. And being a fashion designer takes a lot of commitment. So I'm not saying do this once a month. This should be something that you constantly do, you know, as long as you're interested in fashion design. Just keep doing this, and you know, if it's fun, you know, the better you get doing all this, it should be fun for you. And if it is, then you know, you should seriously consider taking it up as a career, and you know, possibly going to school if you could afford it. But so those are the 3 steps that I would religiously work on and really hone it, get better. Take lessons if you can. If not, you know, you're just going to have to use Google or you know, read books. And by the way, I have 2 books that I want to show you if you guys are readers. Now, you don't have to have these because I didn't have this before I started school. The first one is called 9 Heads. This is a fashion illustration book. It teaches you how to draw, you know, fashion figures. It has different pictures of you know, what you could draw. So this is a great book, but again, it's not necessary. You can look it up on Amazon. It's about $100, I think. But again, it's called 9 Heads. And the second book that I want to show you, this is kind of like, to me, it's like a dictionary. It's called Complete Guide to Sewing. So, you know, it's like if you don't know a term, or if you don't know how to do something, a certain kind of stitch, you could just look it up in here and it'll show you. These days, you know, there's Google, there's YouTube, so you don't necessarily have to have this, but it's kind of a one-stop shop if, you know, if you like something that you can touch and flip pages. So those are the 2 books I recommend, and good luck. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video.